Today for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices. Dear ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important video right now on Bitcoin, on altcoins, on where is Bitcoin going in the immediate short term. What price targets can we be looking at? Should we actually shift our portfolio into altcoins right now? Is the altcoin season starting? All of these questions I want to answer today. Yes, I want to go into my trades, my big trades I am having open on Bitcoin, on altcoins, on Ethereum. I want to talk about price targets, but specifically about this once in a cycle signal which just flashed. And it's literally a signal which flashes every cycle for once. And it tells us exactly where is Bitcoin going price-wise and whether we should buy altcoins or not. This signal is extremely easy to understand, yet extremely powerful, as it flashes just one time and so far has basically a 100% historical confidence ratio. So let's go straight into it. I want to really break it down as easy as possible. The only thing I'm asking you for before we are going straight into it, smash up the like button to a new all-time high. Share this video with your friends. If they are holding any Bitcoin, any altcoins, this video is for them. So make sure you spread the news and we can make the MMCrypto family bigger. Now let's go straight into it. And dear ladies and gentlemen, recording this one here straight from the car again. Many people love these kind of videos. Now it's Sunday. I'm actually on my way to church. If you're wondering why I'm actually dressed up, it's because I'm driving to church, and I wanted to take the opportunity to make this video, which is overdue. I have to say it's overdue. So let's go straight into it. And you know that the vast majority of my portfolio is Bitcoin, right? But I have been holding and accumulating some specific selected altcoins. I want to talk about partially which ones that is, why I did that, and what this signal actually tells us right now about my strategy and also what we should be doing. So approximately 80% of my portfolio is exposed to Bitcoin and the rest is altcoins. And there's one signal which shows me right now, hey, maybe there is a window of opportunity opening for altcoins right now. Maybe altcoins have some small time to shine, right? I mean, Bitcoin is, of course, it's the master, right? I mean, the master of crypto. This is exactly what I want to be focusing on and continuously want to be focusing on. But if there is a signal which flashes one time per cycle for altcoins, I don't want to ignore that. So I just posted earlier over on Twitter that our BNB position is exploding. In fact, the BNB position is up to more than $5 million. The spot position, I shared it over on Instagram, on Telegram, on Twitter. I will share another position on XRP. Actually, it's up to almost $8 million, our spot position. So we have some quite sizable spot positions on altcoins right now. And one of the reasons why I haven't been taking profits on that yet is this chart here. And you can see this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Just make a mental screenshot or just pause the video to look at it. What you can see there is the weekly candles for Bitcoin, right? And this ribbon you can see is the EMA ribbon, but that is not the Bitcoin price chart. It's the Bitcoin dominance chart. And what you can see, it's the weekly candles. So this picture shows you the last 3 years, basically. Every 4 years, for once, we see this EMA ribbon on the Bitcoin dominance chart, which shows us how much percent of the total market is Bitcoin actually soaking up, is about to flip. The dominance already went below, and we are about to flip this one bearish for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin will go down necessarily. Bitcoin can go up, but if the dominance goes down while Bitcoin goes up, it just means altcoins are going up more than Bitcoin goes up, right? That is not bearish for Bitcoin. It can be bullish for Bitcoin. It just means it's more bullish in the short term for altcoins. So this has been so far, at least. I'm not telling you 100% is this time like this, but this has been so far like this in previous cycles, a very good indication for whether the altcoin season has started or not. And the dominance going below the ribbon is in fact, the first indication for us potentially going into an altcoin season, and waiting for the flip might actually lead to us losing a little bit on opportunity, right? Then there is another chart. It's the same chart. It's the Bitcoin dominance chart, but it's not the ribbon. It's actually just simply a weekly resistance, what you can see here, right? And just again, make a screenshot if you want to see it, but I'm not gonna, like, I have my hands on the steering wheel. This one actually, we broke the weekly resistance, and this weekly resistance has been holding for 2 years. So the dominance broke the weekly resistance to the downside. Another quite bullish indication for altcoins, right? I don't think this is gonna go on forever, but it's a short window of opportunity potentially. So what am I doing here right now? I am not necessarily taking profits on my altcoin positions yet. I mentioned to you earlier, I take half on a double. So once I doubled compared to Bitcoin, I will take half of these profits and remain a free position in that. And at every double, I take half. If you want to take a less risky approach, you can take 20%. At every 20% gain against Bitcoin, you can take 20% of that altcoin position out. However, a very important thing I want to mention here is, even though this specific indicator has been extremely accurate so far, you never know when is the altcoin season over, how long is it gonna last. So in my approach, it's very important to take profits always rather sooner than later. Take these profits into Bitcoin and don't spread your chips too much, because as we are progressing further and further into Bitcoin and crypto bull markets, it has been less profitable to be exposed in altcoins, and altcoins, especially low cap altcoins, has been getting more risky and more underperforming compared to Bitcoin as the time is passing. So what I am doing is I am focusing on a very small allocation of altcoins, which in my opinion provides some more value. Things like BNB, I mean the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Of course, that is something which I want to be focusing on, right? That's why I bought BNB, and that's why I'm holding it still, even though this position exceeded more than $5 million in Bitcoin, in US dollar. Then XRP, not necessarily because I see huge fundamental value behind, but what I see is a crazy community behind. Then things like Solana, where I do see some adoption, where I do see some value behind, right? And these kind of bigger projects is something I want to be focusing on. And then people are saying, oh, Chris, you just make a 5x, you just make a 3x, you just make an 8x. Well, I prefer making a 3x over losing 50% of my money by being exposed in some weird meme coins. That is why the MMCrypto community, yes, we've not been making 100x's, but we've been more profitable than 95% of the remaining people in the crypto market. Whereas most people have been actually losing money, we made some money. And the cautious approach, the long-term cautious, value-driven, fundamental approach is the approach I am personally going, and I want to be teaching you in the MMCrypto community. Let me know what you think about that. Leave your favorite 3 altcoins in the comment section down below, and we are going to see each other very soon at the next of MMCrypto. As always, guys, as always, bye.